a path, right? If I give it incomplete and you never come and talk to me and the counselors go, what do? I say, I don't know. The student never came and talked to me, right? So it's about giving you all the opportunity that you need and deserve, right? But at the same time, you have to help us help you if you get extra time, because it does impact your scheduling, your programming for your classes for next semester, right? So if you get extra time, and if you're going to take the extra time, you should come and see me, and you should also try to make sure that at some point you show me a draft so that I know what you're working on and what the general quality is. The only other thing that I would pay attention to, especially on this paper, Patrice and Henny, right? The only other thing I would pay particular attention to, I still do have 4 minutes technically, is the second last line. Patrice paid attention to the last line, which is good. I would also pay attention to the second last line, which is that you must use at least one outside source.
What do you mean by that?
I did not require that for Oedipus Rex. I said you could use an outside source if you wanted to. I did not require it. I require here that you use at least one outside source, right? And cite your source on a bibliography page at the end, okay? And I would be extremely attentive to handling quotations properly. You cannot quote from a source, word for word, and not put it in quotation marks. That's plagiarism, and when I find an example of that, I stop reading at that point, and it's an automatic no credit, right? You cannot copy somebody else's work and present it as your own. You can copy somebody else's work. Listen to this. I hope you're paying attention to this, because I always get a handful every semester, and it's always, boo-hooey, right? You cannot copy without citing the source. To cite the source properly, you can copy it word for word, but you have to put whatever you copied word for word in quotation marks and put the page number of where you got it from, and then put it on the bibliography. That's all it takes. You have to put it in quotation marks. Then you have to follow the MLA citation requirement for websites, which we'll go over. If you go to Google Scholar, when you do this research, you will be sure. The difference between Google search and Google Scholar search is that Google search, you get all kinds of anybody's ideas about anything on a blog or whatever. They could know what they're talking about, they might not. Google Scholar, like if you say Sophocles' Fate, right, and you do it on Google Scholar, you will only get results that are from scholarly sources, professors, publishers, whatever, right? And then that site also shows you how to cite it. So Google Scholar is the place to, I was going to go over this when we started with computers, but whatever, it's fine, right? Google Scholar is the place to go, because not only are you sure that it's an authoritative source, first of all, which is always an issue on Google, right? It's an extra step that you have to go through. If you like something that you find in a Google search, I also require, right, that it's an academic source and not somebody's random ideas, right? Google Scholar avoids that problem, right? And on top of it, gives you the format for how to cite the source in your bibliography. Okay. Let me do quick attendance, because we are up to. And what I'm going to do, by the way, again, just out of fairness and make sure you understand, I'm going to require that I see some kind of outline before I assign a computer to you, right? Because I don't want you to just sit down and start typing this stuff randomly. I want you to have a plan, right? Tonight. If you want to use a computer tomorrow, right? If you want to do the outline in class tomorrow, fine, use the computer on Monday. But I would you're going to be behind if you're not working on a computer by Monday with some substantial stuff already done, right? So you can manage your time. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about, this age group,
is on
right?
Monday?
What did I say? The 20th, right? Yes. I'll talk about that, I can talk about that tomorrow. Jenny's not here? Yeah, notebook check is Monday though, the 20th, right? Trees, Frankie, Annalise, Daisy, Sean, Naomi, Silviano, Manny, Johnny, Edwin, Cindy, Carlos, Idara, Santi, Zorendi, Valentina, John, Kaylee. All right, guys, thank you so much. Congratulations.